A private investigator named Walter senses danger while moving through Chinatown. Realizing he's being tailed, he discreetly slips an envelope into a mailbox before trying to escape. He doesn't get far. A van barrels into him, leaving him dying in the street. In Hawaii, Navy Commander James is putting his team through brutal underwater drills. He outperforms everyone, then criticizes their lack of endurance. His routine is broken by a call soon after James stands over Walter's body at the morgue, and James shows little reaction. Later at home, he tells his wife Ela about the accident in a detached way, referring to Walter by name instead of Dad. Ela suggests telling James's estranged half-brother Johnny, but James doubts he'll respond. Johnny, living in Oklahoma, is spiraling. His girlfriend Valentina is packing up after he forgets her birthday for the last time. Though Johnny apologizes and promises change, she leaves. Drunk and miserable, Johnny later receives a call from Isla about Walter's death and the funeral. He brushes it off until armed men ambush him in his bathroom, demanding a mysterious package Walter sent. Johnny denies knowing anything. The men identify themselves as Yakuza and threaten his life. Johnny responds violently, dismantling them in a savage brawl that leaves his apartment destroyed and his enemies broken. At Walter's funeral, James notices the presence of multiple criminal factions. Johnny's unexpected arrival sparks tension between the brothers, forcing the priest to intervene. Afterward, the truth about their fractured family resurfaces. Walter had an affair, Johnny was the result, and James never forgave him. Johnny admits he didn't come to mourn, he came to find out who killed Walter. When James insists it was an accident, Johnny tells him about the attack. Old wounds reopen, and the brothers part angrily. Johnny soon crosses paths with old criminal contacts and is drugged. A syndicate boss warns him to leave Hawaii within a week, carving a threat into his skin. Meanwhile, James begins quietly investigating and recovers Walter's belongings, including a cryptic list of words. Johnny breaks into Walter's apartment and encounters Pa, a former associate of Walter's. After a rooftop chase and confrontation, Pa reveals that Walter was working undercover during his final job. Together, they uncover hidden blueprints tied to a powerful government figure and an illegal casino operation. The brothers eventually reunite and combine evidence, confirming Walter's death was no accident. Their investigation triggers violent retaliation, including a massive car chase and shootout through the streets. Though they survive, the police warn them to back off. Digging deeper, they discover a conspiracy involving a wealthy mogul named Marcus, organized crime, and a corrupt politician named Peter. Walter had uncovered it all and paid the price. When Marcus's wife Monica turns up dead, Johnny is framed and arrested, but later released. Tensions between the brothers finally boil over into a brutal fight that forces them to confront their shared trauma, especially the murder of Johnny's mother and James's attempt to protect him by pushing him away. The truth brings reconciliation at last. The mystery package resurfaces, a flash drive containing encrypted financial records. With Valentina's help, they crack it and expose millions in illegal payments tied to gambling operations and political corruption. As the truth comes out, James's wife and sister are kidnapped, forcing the brothers into a final assault on Marcus's heavily guarded estate. What follows is an all-out siege. Guards fall silently, power is cut, and the brothers fight their way through waves of enemies. James defeats a drug-enhanced enforcer in brutal hand-to-hand combat, while Johnny confronts Marcus at the docks. Their final clash ends in fire and explosion, with Marcus dead and Johnny barely surviving. In the aftermath, the corrupt official is arrested publicly. The family begins to heal, honoring the dead and rebuilding what was broken. Johnny is offered revenge one last time, but he chooses to let go, destroying the final reminder of his hatred. Walter's final act wasn't just exposing corruption, it was forcing his sons back together, and this time, they stay.